Right, we're on Moelfre Isaf in North Wales, just south of Abergele. Going to make the trig today. I thought I'd make a little tutorial video of trig painting. A lot of the things I'm going to discuss are probably quite obvious, but it's just nice to have a bit of, like a fact file or something of how you go about doing it. Some things which you might forget, and it's good to highlight them. I've got checklists. It's not needed, like really, you go paint it yourself, but it'll help me to remember stuff, what we're going to do, and it's up to you if you want to do that yourself. So I'll just have a look at the trig here. First one, you can see we've got some metal work on here, and we don't want to paint over that, so we'll get some tape that up. Before we do that, I've got a wire brush, and we want to get all the excess loose cement off here, so it gives you for the paint to bind to, and then it won't weather away. We're going to film sort of during the different stages of painting it, so other things I might highlight when we're doing that. So it's a good day for it today. There's a bit of rain, but it's cold, but it's dry and not too windy. So we'll crack on with it, I guess. But yeah, first thing is to get the cement brushed down. This is brand new, this, so I hope this is going to do the job quite nice. Otherwise, you get one of these for quite cheap. You see this one's seen the other days. Does come off, so we have to just put a bit of effort to do this. Right, so we've scraped the pillar down with the brushes, put some tape around, so that's about ready to go now. You can really cover all if you want, but that should be enough. We're not going to be too heavy-handed with it. I think it's good to just do the flush bracket around here. Do this first. I've got a quite small brush for doing that. We've got that, and then a big one. If you use a small one like this, you'll probably be forever doing the whole thing. So, it's up to your own preference, but it's handy to have two. Or you can use a bigger one to do that as well if you want. It's all fun. So handy to have a plastic bag, so at the end of the day you can just stick your brush in there and sort it out when you get home. Got a ground sheet. You don't. If you can avoid getting in, if it'll depend from pillar to pillar. This one here, there's concrete base exposed. Sometimes it just comes straight out of the ground. Sometimes it'll be rocky around. But nice to just have some sheeting down or something, so you're not stopping paint everywhere. I forgot to mention. I want to say this. As part of the preparation stage, a wire brush could be handy. Sometimes you might have lots of flaky paint or moss, so yeah, use a scraper. So this is what we've come here for to do. Let's paint a trig.
Hang on, carry on.
So just don't pile it on. You can tidy this up a bit later on. That's sort of why I like doing this bit first, so that, you know, when you've got a nice dry brush. So this is the side of the pillar people want to see, or where, you know, the flush bracket side where it gets the most photos generally. So give this the most attention. Right, so we're getting busy now, painting this. Now, see, this is what for the importance of the checklist. It's a bit cold today and I'm a bit distracted, so I realised I was going to use the brasso and tidy the brasswork before. It's not an essential thing to do, but you know you can go into much close detail with these as you want to. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you just want to stick some paint on it. But yeah, so I'll just bring that up. Another thing is the type of paint that you use. Again, if you just got a bit of matte emulsion or something in your garage or wherever, you know, do that and stick on. What I find is good here, we got Santex masonry paint, the one with the lighthouse on it. That's good stuff. That I've done a few with that. Quite expensive, you know. It's all, but the finish you get is what you pay for. If you get this stuff and give it a good coat, you know, and maybe, you know, give it a second coat, chances are, you know, it depends how many people come around and rub up to your trig or what, you know, whatever weathering is on it. But if you give it a good job with that, you could have it sort of maybe 5 years time and it's still looking pretty, you know, not as good as when you painted, but still quite good. So yeah, so that's that. So we're just doing the top here, and again just try and avoid getting stuff on the paint work, on the metal work. Now we've got the loops here now. There's not really any do's or don'ts, but I tend to just paint on them. They'll come off anyway. So I think that's for now. Thinking things as we go along, but that's how it looks at the moment. No more than half an hour, sort of 15-20 minutes, and should be done. It's coming on nicely. About sort of 80% done now. Just gonna touch up some of the bits low down the bottom. Also, I wanted to mention a few things which I've remembered along the way as we're doing this. Yeah, so I said about the checklist, and you know, you don't need to be too worried about it. But I mean, I've done the trigs quite a few times, painting them, and you know, sometimes something which you might forget, which you need. A quite important thing, which I must admit I've forgotten today. It shouldn't be too much of a problem here, but it's like courtesy to go if you go and paint a trig, and to leave a bit of cardboard with a sign saying wet paint. I don't think there's going to be many people coming up, or anyone coming up here today, but you know, you do get people coming up here. I've seen people the first time I came here, and at other hills and more public places, you know, you get quite a lot of people coming up, so that's definitely one thing to think about. And yeah, we were just discussing about just painting trigs and just in general, and you know, obviously this is a traditional Hotine type of pillar out of concrete, and you get the rustic style of pillars which are stone built, so just local stone and cement in between. So I think, you know, people might be really enthusiastic and want to, you know, go and paint lots of trigs, but I would like to, you know, my opinion is I don't think that you know, they need any paint. They don't want painting, so just mention that. Eventually we'll finish, well, quite soon. I might even let you show you the lovely view that we're getting today, which is one of the joys of actually coming out and doing this in the fresh air. So, see you in a bit. The Trig's all nicely painted, looking very white and gleaming now. Just wait just a little bit longer and we'll go and see it. There's something else before that. So, as it happens, Moelfre Isaf is a primary trig in the country of Wales. It's a Welsh primary trig. So, we'll read a little bit about how it fitted into the triangulation survey, the Moel Element survey. So in the back of the book we've got details of the 30 odd or so pillars involved, and there is the details for Moelfre Isaf. Constructed between the 24th and 29th of October in 1939 by White, costing £18 5 and 6, using a 10 hundredweight of sand, 15 hundredweight of gravel and 500 weight cement. The repairs taken out in August 1937 by de Fort. The pillar was used for light only, which means they weren't sighting two other pillars, they were sighting two here. The reciprocals, Warbrick, Water Tower, Blackpool, which we've sort of spotted today, which has been quite lucky, and Real Church Spire, Bodlewyfan Church Spire, Moelfre Isaf, Snowdon, Garnavigine, Cornelian, and Great Ormes Head, and Abergele Church Tower, another intersected station. And just it's a fascinating book, this. I highly recommend. And it's a very interesting diagram here, map, which shows you how Moelfre Isaf sort of fits in with all the other primary pillars of Wales at the time. So it's number 4 there at the top. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go and have a look. There it is in all of its pristine glory. It's really cold today. It's dry, so it's a good day for painting a pillar. So, take a look at the view. We'll start from the east. Well, we'll start from the coast. There, rising it from Prestatyn. A55 passes by React. So Moelfre Park with a very prominent transmitter. If you ever go in the dark, you'll see that. The lights shining on the top. Moelfre there, one of the primaries. And round to Glentysilio Mountain, the Horseshoe Pass Hills. So we're just overlooking the River Elwy Valley, the Llangurniu down in the valley, the Denby Moors behind, a bit of snow up there. And Arennig Valley, another one of the primaries. You can sort of see how the primary network works out with all these really prominent hills with good intervisibility. That's for the Ordnance Survey knew what they were doing. So round to the south and just essentially the Denby Moors and the hills around Blaenau Festiniog, the Moelwynds. Shabod, snow and cloud above it, but the main northern Snowdonian hills. Snowdon's got this cloud on the top of it. It's been coming and going today, but it's expect really. Kind of Llewellyn. There's Moelfre there. There's a Trig on there. And coming down to the coast, Taliban. And there's a bit of Anglesey to be seen, and yeah, Cornelian right out at the end. Yeah, that's it there, trying to get my bearings. And the Great Orme, another primary. Now we have been able to see the Isle of Man today, and it's sort of a bit still, it's gone a bit cloudy out to the north. And Abergele just in the near ground. Pretty good views to Cumbria and Lake District Hills. Reckon it's Black Combe, so it's got to be a good like 40-50 miles away, so that's pretty nice. And then I'll come round and there's the Bowland Hills, and somewhere on the coast as well there's Blackpool. We think we could see Blackpool Tower. Yeah, another thing you can always bring with you if you're coming is binoculars are quite good. I didn't bring any today, but yeah, pretty good. And I think Windsor Hill is Rivington Moor, so that's the name, the Trig name for that. So it's Lancashire. So the Welsh Hills and the Welsh Trig network sort of all mixes in with the English stuff. Yeah, had a good day today, and just leave you with let's look Moelfre Isaf Trig fella. Till the next one. See you later.